Welcome everybody, this is Nightsaber Z42 and we're back with some Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. Anyways, I might sound a little off today, not because I'm sick, but because it is my day off and it's actually early in the morning because some fool's alarm decided to ring at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then some other fool's car alarm decided to ring and wake me up, forcing me up. So anyways, we are at, let's see, where are we at again? We are at some the Central News Agency, and let's see, there's a guy we can talk to, but there's also some other stuff that we can look at, and so I'm gonna look at it first. Don't notice me.
A mirror.
Mirror, really? Oh, I want to see my reflection. Oh, I can't. It's also weird texture. Oh, about that lady.
Queen Victoria, to keep the journalists on their toes, I suppose.
Of course.
I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches.
Alright, let's talk to the guy. Ooh, what's this? Is that a telephone? Sort of looks like. Anyways.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop.
Offer him a poop? Let's check our items. Yep. Let's give it to him.
Good evening. I'm looking for Tom Bulling, the journalist.
He isn't here. He must be sleeping off somewhere. He gave me a tip. He wanted to save a scope for me. He always gets a good dirt, and yet when he comes in here, it's just to warm his behind. Look, he pulled his desk over the stove.
Listen, Scoop, I'm bringing it over. Only if Bulling isn't here, I'm leaving.
Wait, what's this scoop?
Bulling promised me a reward for info. There's a charlatan who does spiritualist seances that are a little bit special. He steals corpses from the morgue, puts makeup on them, dresses them up, and then uses them as puppets.
I'll give you your dues. We'll pay you if this info is true.
I'll write down the address of the hideout on the crook's leaflet, but the police will be in on this one, so you better get there in time.
Understood. I'll go alone. Too bad for Bulling.
Hey, you wouldn't have a little something in advance?
Look on Bulling's desk. I know that he always leaves a few coins around for his snitches. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Watson won't be pleased that I'm divulging the case, but I don't see any other way.
What was going on out there? Some mist or something? Anyways, we're gonna steal all this guy's money. Let's do it. Yeah.
This is Bulling's desk, the one closest to the stove. Some coins. I will take them. That will avoid suspicion if the journalist returns. This may come in handy.
It's a rag. How about this toothpick?
A charred match.
Or match.
These are Bulling's notes. They are of little interest at the moment, but one never knows.
One never knows. Is that really it? Yeah, that's it. Should I... well, let's check the notes. I owe you. Are they actually documents? No. Oh, we have a typewriter. Okay. I have noticed that one of your employees, Thomas Bulling, arrived at the meeting in a state of inebriation. I must ask you to take care of your team's discipline. I know that you indulge this journalist given the explosive information that he manages to flesh out, but his behavior is unacceptable. This should not repeat itself, or I will hold you personally responsible. The assistant director.
Bulling's boss, Mr. Moore, seems to be protecting the journalist.
Protecting him from what? Oh, look, we can talk to the phone now. Let's talk to it.
A telephone, a device that enables you to talk with anyone in London, provided the receiver has a telephone too.
I have a telephone. Talk to me.
A telephone, a device that enables...
Okay, so...
A telephone, a device...
Okay, how about this note?
A telephone, a device...
No. Oh, money.
A telephone, a device that enables...
C-A-L-L-A-T-T?
A telephone, a device...
Okay, so obviously nothing there. Nothing's gonna work for us there, so... There's something about a telephone... Oh. Didn't even see that. Crumpled letter. Permit me to defend myself against the slanderous accusations brought against me. You were not lied to regarding the facts. Mr. Bulling spends all of his time in the most arduous of pubs. But I am only doing my work as a journalist. It is during these outings that I can find the best information because I am thus in contact with the common man. Let me prove to you, dear boss, that I can bring to this agency what it deserves. The most extraordinary and most stimulating information for I don't know.
Even handwriting, yet fairly recognizable.
How about the stove?
A torn piece of blotting paper. Curious, curious. It looks like someone wanted to destroy this piece of blotting paper that had red ink on it. I can make out a few more letters, but backwards. I need something to help me.
Like this mirror.
By putting this piece of blotting paper in front of the mirror, I can read what is written.
Information on the Whitechapel killer. Call it by telephone WA.
Apparently, our journalist gets his information by telephone too. Sadly, the name is almost erased. If I telephone one of Bulling's contacts pretending to be his assistant, I might learn something of interest.
Let's do it. Lady sitting on the...
This page has some light ink stains. It contains a list of telephone numbers.
Wow, okay. So I guess we'll start from the top and go our way down. So 1431. Oh man, these numbers, I turn so slow. Like what can I like?
This page has some light ink stain. I need more information.
Really? So 1431 isn't doing it for you. How about 1616? Will that do it? Oh man, these numbers, they take forever.
I need more information.
Okay. How about 1893?
I need more information.
Okay, so obviously we're not going to do anything just yet. What else am I missing? Apparently nothing, unless it's on the floor. Anything on the desk? Nope, nothing's on the desk. Well, he said we needed to go to the phone. Call by telephone WA. Wait, wasn't there a WA? So
this page has some light.
So we need to find out who Wasby is, but I'm pretty sure it's 1875 because of this marking right here. So 1, 8, 7, 5. Man, these numbers, they turn so slow. Boom.
Walesby 1875, an ingenious way to save his contact.
I am the smartest man alive.
Walesby 1875, if you will. Thank you, I will wait.
Walesby, I am listening.
Hello, my dear man. I'm calling on behalf of Tom Bulling.
Bulling? So you know where this hypocrite, this liar, this...
Not at all. He is currently unobtainable. In the meantime, he has left me with a note asking me to pursue his work, and he told me that you were aware.
That's just great. I dropped everything off at his agency, but he didn't even bother to do the same for me. Tell me he at least gave you the information that I was asking in return.
I am ready, sir. I'm listening.
Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the Commercial Street Market?
Scotland Yard is searching for a rabbit. Scotland Yard goes round in circles. In Scotland Yard in secrecy is searching for a rabbit. How about that? That is dialogue. Or not.
I'm ready.
Do the police have a suspect?
Okay. Great. Did the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the Commercial Street Market? Oh. How about that? Can I use that? Great. So I actually have to get the correct combination. Because this kind of makes sense. Scotland Yard goes around in circles in secrecy. That seems like something... great. Fantastic. Great. Sorry. Head of the tortoise, he... Head of the tortoise, he... has already read the newspaper in secrecy. Goes round in a circle. Oh, great. Excuse me. Had a little coughing fit. Huh. Okay, hold on. Take a drink of my water real quick. I don't think it's about the head of the tortoise. The only thing that makes sense is that something about Scotland Yard. I'm searching for a rabbit because rabbits eat carrots. Where is it? In secrecy? No, I already tried that. Coughs?
I think, according to Bulling, that Inspector Lestrade's team is looking for a rabbit with a bad cough.
Ah, damned Bulling. One day he'll be in some serious trouble for mocking the police. And now, can you tell me, with regards to the parliamentary scandal, what did the head of the Whig Party respond to the Tories who were treating him as a great incompetent?
Parliamentary is political? So it's, what did he say? Oh, that's not even tortoise, that's Tories. Head of the Tories, he... Head of the Tories... He will surely be... your best representative? That doesn't make any sense. Well, if he said it, would have to have the word I in it, but this is the only one that has the word I, and this doesn't really make sense. Vote for me. That's probably something a politician would actually say. Did I get it right?
According to Bulling, the Whigs said, "Vote for me, I will be your best representative."
Good. That'll make for a good paper. There is one last question. According to a government social study, civil servants make the best husbands. Why?
According to a government social study, civil servants make the best husbands. Why? When he comes home from work, something. I guess he is never tired. And makes a lot of noise. No? Has already read the newspaper?
I believe I can confirm that it is, because civil servants aren't tired and have already read the paper when they come home from work.
Very true. Good. It seems like Bulling has finally done his work.
As everything is all in order, can you now tell me where the information is that you sent to the agency?
Yes. There is a large brown envelope near the dispatch cabinet. It's in there that we exchange our tips with Bulling.
1,000 thanks. Goodbye, sir.
My salutations to Bulling.
Well, I totally kind of guess on most of that. It's kind of awesome. Oh, brown envelope.
There are
Is that
several documents in this file. Let's see.
Notes on Spring-Heeled Jack. 1837. Associated with several suspicious muggings and robberies taking place in London and other parts of England. A diabolical appearance, bat's wings, horns. Okay. At the time of the attacks against the young woman, Lucy Scales, and Jane Aslop, the papers covering the events had record sales for weeks. That's why Spring-Heeled Jack is the recurring hero of cheap fantasy publications and theater pieces, popular and financial success guaranteed.
I wonder why Bulling is studying this tale about Spring-Heeled Jack so meticulously.
The terrors of London, Spring-Heeled Jack, the Phantom Killer, the Butcher's Blade, the Whitechapel Butcher, Dr. Death, the London Ripper, the Bleeder, the Bloody Reaper. Okay, so those are possible names for the new guy that we see, whose name is Jack the Ripper.
What does that mean?
Mr. Charles Moore, I thank you for this testimony of the Whitechapel Killer that you followed. Not easy authentication. Do not hand over to the press without my invitation. Thank you for your collaboration and your discretion. We won't forget this, Inspector Aberline.
Well, a piece of information about the murders transmitted exclusively to the police without informing the press. That has piqued my curiosity. Perhaps I should go to the police station to get more information.
Tom, about the letter. Given the thanks from Inspector Aberline, I think that they took the bait, even if they were defending themselves. Think of the second. We must be ready if he kills again. Either way, we must keep up the correspondence. Be responsive. This idea will save us. We will get the information firsthand and we will make history. But stay quiet and keep a low profile. I'm not really in the know, and you will be the first one who gets it if there's trouble.
What does that mean? I've inspected everything, but there's no sign of Bulling. He must have dashed off to his HQ, the Wasp's Nest. However, before I go to see him, I should find out about this mysterious information. It could help me get something out of the journalist. To the police station, then.
All right. We have a headway. Let's go to the police station.
Police station.
That's what I just said. Whitechapel Police Station. Inspector Aberline, maybe? Possibly? That's actually...
Let's go to the police station.
It's a lengthy load screen. Oh, 12:10 a.m. midnight, September 29th.
Come. Back again, are we? Come this way, good man. The inspector has a few questions to ask you. Here is the man, Inspector.
Congratulations, Humphreys. So, my lad, one would say that you owe us a bit of an explanation for having left something with us. What is your full name and profession?
Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Well, how about that?
Mr. Holmes, can you explain this get-up, your presence in the neighbourhood despite my instructions, as well as this most opportune restitution of jewels?
Firstly, I should tell you that not being under your command, I never understood what you said as an order, but rather as advice. I thought I would be wise to follow them to a certain extent. I intended to explain the stolen goods sooner or later. My presence here will allow me to fill you in on a few conclusions that...
If it is in regard to the Whitechapel murders, it won't help us much. We have no doubt that we will be revealing the identity of the murderer to the people in the area in a day or two.
I'm impressed, Inspector, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations. Nonetheless, you should investigate a certain doctor.
Listen, Holmes, let us do our work. You've rid us of a great pain in the rear end by finding those jobs for us. It's weeks of work that you've saved us. But I think you're a little underqualified for a case like that of Jack the Ripper. Until it's over, I demand that you do not set foot in the area. Is that clear?
I take note of your advice, Inspector. You mentioned Jack the Ripper. Pardon me, but you know the name of the murderer?
Oh, it's from a letter that the Central News Agency sent our way. It was written by the killer. And even if it can't be proven, it must be recognised that the signature is striking. This information is confidential, and I would ask you to keep it to yourself, Holmes.
Can I have a little look? Out of mere curiosity, Inspector. Then I shall disappear.
In that case, I don't see any objection.
Thank you so much.
He fell for it. Anyways, Cher Patron. I keep on having hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. Okay. I have laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about Leather Apron gave me real fits. I am down on whores, and I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and want to start again. You will soon hear of me when my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle over the last job to write with, but it would thick like glue and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope. The next job I do, I shall clip the lady's car's ears off and send to the police officers just for jolly, wouldn't you? Keep this letter back till I do a bit more work, then give it out straight. My knife's so nice and sharp, I want to get to work right away if I get a chance. Good luck, yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Don't mind me giving the trade name. P.S. Wasn't good enough to post this before I got all the red ink off my hands, 'cause it no luck yet. They say I'm a doctor now. Haha.
Me? Not up to discovering who Jack the Ripper is? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Inspector Aberline? I know who wrote the Dear Boss letter signed Jack the Ripper that Inspector Aberline gave me, and, above all, I now know why. This Tom Bulling was inspired by this fantastical character to build a myth out of the Whitechapel killer. Perhaps he would be receptive if I shared my discovery about him and prevent him from accusing Squippy. I must find him at once. My best bet would be to try my luck at the pub.
Dude, it's midnight, man. Go get some sleep. Man, people be staying up so late solving mysteries. All these people laying down. See, look, everybody's sleeping. Like, look up that lady's skirt, but I shan't. Oh, look who it is.
Holmes, I got your message, and here I am.
What you gonna do? Cry like a little baby? Let's go.
Perfect, Watson. That oaf Bluto is looking for us with evil intentions, and he may be hiding here. I will try to get more information inside. You, Watson, will be our lookout, and at the slightest suspicious sound, do not hesitate to call the constable on his rounds.
Oh, well, looky who we have here.
Good evening, Mr. Bulling.
We know each other?
No, however, I have some information that may be of interest to you.
Talk, my friend. A pint for you if what you say is worth something. Does it have to do with the Whitechapel murders?
Indeed, I know the identity of the man who wrote a letter to the police, a letter entitled Dear Boss, in which the author claims to be the Whitechapel murderer and is signed Jack the Ripper.
What?
It's a journalist who is inspired by Spring-Heeled Jack in order to strengthen the credibility and the seriousness of his agency. This new Jack will give him some first-hand information that he, in turn, will dole out sparingly to the authorities, as well as some carefully distilled indiscretions that the big papers will come to beg of him. He plays both sides off against one another and becomes the chief orchestrator of the rumour. He wrote this letter in this very spot, and he has red ink on his fingers. Like you.
What exactly are you after, my friend?
Your money.
You've been threatening a certain Squibby to distribute a telegram naming him as a possible suspect in these murders in revenge for an old feud. I would suggest you don't write this note, and that you leave Squibby alone.
I'd forgotten about the existence of that rapscallion. I threw that at him when I was visiting the station to get the dope. You should have seen his face.
You must also stop sending these letters that waste the authorities' precious time.
Right, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have a great relationship with the Bobbies. Just ask around. I don't have to answer to nobody. Now leave me alone.
You have to answer to goodbye.
Farewell, sir.
Good riddance.
Well, that sucked.
No, if Bluto sees me, it could prove to be quite dangerous.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Nope.
Hey, you wouldn't be the gas man that Bluto's looking for.
Don't know him.
I don't know him. Let's go back out, talk to Watson.
Let's hurry to the police station, Watson. We are close to our goal. Squibby will be able to reveal what he knows about Tumblety. Squibby, so that's it. You're a free man again. We were just coming to the station to find you.
Shh. Yeah, the Bobbies agreed to let me go, and I came to see Bluto before ferreting you out. So, you've seen the newspaper man?
Yes, he is in the pub and everything is taken care of, but I'm waiting to hear what you have to say about Dr. Tumblety.
Okay, but we have to be quick. One night, I goes to see Bluto in his hideout that ain't far from the boarding house where this Tumblety bloke has a room. I see him coming in too. He must have been on one real binge. To the point, the Tumblety fella was there, and he smiles at me, all nice like. He tells me he's a great Yankee doctor, but my business interests him. I'm interested, I tell him, but I'm not the type to just jump right in without getting to know a person, see? He invites me around to his room to talk business, just him and me. We empty a bottle or two, and all of a sudden, like, he wants to show me what he's got in this big trunk that he always carts around places. I just about vomited, see? In these jars, just like pickles, you know, there were pieces of meat. And he whispers that it's the lady bits of some old dames. He called them peckybins. I call them love killers, I would. Yuck! After that, he starts to go on about rich folk. They ain't nothing but dogs, and I won't tell you the worst of it. Then he comes all close to me and puts his sweaty hand on my leg. He was one of them types, not me. I don't wait a second before I give him a good thrashing, and I start running and let go of him, and he still wants to see me again just to talk business. But then I had to do time, so business.
Do you know where he can be found?
Why, ain't he in his digs? Maybe he got to liking life behind bars too. I heard that in some jobs there's a way to...
Thank you for your information, and we'll meet again, my friend. Here is the sum I promised to get you out of London.
Ciao, fella. I've just got a little score to settle with Bluto, and I'm heading for the country.
Go, blimey! I'll see you. That's right after the stock again.
Lipsky!
My dear Watson, we must strike while the iron is hot. We have avoided meeting Dr. Tumblety until now. The time has come to do so.
Do you have an opinion, Holmes?
We must assure ourselves that the factor collector of female organs and a murderer who removes said organs are resident in the same area at the same time is nothing more than coincidence.
Well, That's weird. Had no idea what was going on in that last scene, but I am actually going to call this an episode. We'll get to see Dr. Tumblety in the next episode, hopefully. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Check the description for my Facebook and Twitter information. I'm always looking for a few more friends. And check the annotations at the end of the video to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And for the series playlist and other playlists that I've put together. I will see you in the next video.